Happy birthday, Carina. We can't sing the real happy birthday, or we're going to have to pay $5,000 in royalties. So happy birthday, Carina, from the Party Chat Podcast. Xbox on.
Game on, baby. Wow! Let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast, the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit. I'm your host, Ross Miller, and joining me this week is everyone's favourite uncle. It's Uncle Jesse.
You know, technically, I should be hosting the podcast this week since this is Thanksgiving and it's being broadcast on Thanksgiving. I should take back the podcast from the European control.
Do you remember?
Even though I don't know my history.
Do you remember Stein Not Steen? Yeah, Stein Not Steen. That's why you don't do this. That's why you don't do this.
You know what's funny is sorry, now I'm talking over you. We just started and we're already talking to each other. I still get like mentally nervous when I have to talk about Stein.
You've got legit PTSD.
I do. I'm like, oh, shit, which way is it? Which way is it? Oh my God.
And also joining us this week is a lord and savoury snack. Jesus Christ himself is delicious cheese, aka Rhys.
That's a very long title, and I appreciate the time you took to say that. Also, hello.
Yeah. I need water now, to be perfectly honest with you. Now, Carina will be joining us at the end of this podcast for her usual Games with Gold predictions, because we're about that time now that we should be getting that done, I think. But we usually get this podcast started with what we've been playing, and I'm going to start with you, Rhys, and I guess it's still Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I mean, this game is big. It would be like me, you know, if I started playing The Witcher at the beginning of the podcast and played for an hour every day, I'd probably still be playing it, even a year later. But I have been playing Assassin's Creed. In fact, I was playing it just before we started. I'm up to Chapter 2, or just finished Chapter 2, I should say. Enjoying it. Still the same frustrations. There's enough good stuff to sort of get around it, I suppose. I also have been playing today a lot of Animal Crossing on my mobile phone.
I've not tried it yet. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is this something I should download?
Yeah.
See, I'm just going to explain. I lost my phone last week. So when Rhys is saying he's been playing games on his phone, I don't know if this is serious or just to wind me up that I lost a new phone.
He's seen through me. No, it's not actually. It's all over the Twitters because it was released today. In fact, it's all anybody from Microsoft is tweeting about, which is weird. But yeah, so I played that, and that's it. Really, just those two games.
Clay?
I have jumped back into the Quantum of the Breaks and really enjoying it. You know, I I thought I had honestly played a little bit more than I had previously, but when I loaded it back up, I think I was on the second story point in the game. Like,
oh dear,
like an hour into the game. I literally have just unlocked the ability. The skill tree is now unlocked. So,
oh good. So you finished the tutorial then.
So it's friggin' awesome. I can't believe it. I don't know why I didn't put that down, or why I put that down. I've been playing Siege. A ton of multiplayer. Yeah, that's true. And I'm like, I'm not going to play Siege anymore. I'm not going to play Siege. And then they were like, we got 3 new operators coming out. And I was like, God damn it. All right, I will play it some more. I guess. Twist my arm. Twist my arm. I need to play a little bit more to, make sure I have enough credits to buy them once they're out. So that's what my excuse is. But I'm trying to dedicate a bit of time every night to playing Quantum Break. I really want to finish that game. It's been almost 2 years now since it was released.
Yeah. But how's it look on the X?
I think it looks great. I honestly don't remember how it compared to the Xbox One, the OG Xbox One. But it seems really good. You know what? I can't remember if it's just like a Remedy thing. It seems like there's a bit of a blur when people move at times. And I'm like, is that just a Remedy engine thing, or is that something with my TV? Is that something on the X where there's like a little bit of a motion blur with some of the characters?
Remedy do love their motion blur, so I don't know. I'd have to see it in action, but I mean, typically speaking, I think Remedy games have more motion blur and like Matrix style slow-mo effects and screen distortion than basically any other developer ever.
What I will say is when I booted the game up and started playing it, I was like, oh, this is cool. I left off on like one of those video sequences, and then I was like, oh, this isn't a video sequence. This is an actual. This is like an up close of Sean Ashmore's face, and it is not a video. It was one of those little cutscenes, but it was a very well done cutscene. That was not. I literally fooled me for a second that I thought it was video. One of the video montages.
But the gunplay is buttery smooth, though.
Oh man, it makes you. They really do a great job of making you feel like a complete badass in that game. And you know what was even great is my son got involved. He saw me playing it and came over and was just like mashing buttons. And we're pulling off stuff, just mashing buttons. I was like, is there combos that we can do in this? I don't know.
Like for me, it took me like 3 attempts to actually play that game. I kept on getting to a bit, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I kept on getting frustrated with it. And when I finally got through one section, I was like, oh no, I'm into this now. But it actually maybe took me 6 months to play that game. It's weird. And I'm not the only person that was like that, I think.
I played through it in like a week because I love Remedy games, and I had a good time, and I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really cool. The only thing I didn't like was the final boss. The final boss can just go and rip a cactus as far as I'm concerned. It is horrible.
Oh,
good luck with
getting
that,
beat.
Jesse.
Excellent. I look forward to that.
Have fun with that, with the last boss. You're going to love it.
So for myself, I've been playing a hell of a lot of Wolfenstein.
Oh, you got Wolfenstein.
Nice.
You've been holding out this for us. You didn't say that. You're supposed to be.
I know.
That's why. I know why you haven't said anything. You lost your phone.
Thanks for that. You know what's really bad is I can't go on Tinder.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking.
Can't find out if we got any more reviews. Any more Tinder reviews?
How are we supposed to get feedback on the podcast?
But so Wolfenstein is great. Absolutely great. Like the first couple of games, it is, of the remastered or the regened version of Wolfenstein. The gunplay is fantastic. The characters are brilliant. They continue the love story that was in the first game.
That's nice.
And it's just phenomenal. I tweeted this out because we'll get into this in a moment. It's a Black Friday sale going on right now, and it's coming to an end just when this podcast releases. But it's £25 in that sale.
Yeah, everyone's been tweeting about that. So,
get behind your single-player AAA games, because if people don't buy them, they're not going to make them. Because the price of those games drop so quickly, it is ridiculous. Just look at the other Bethesda titles, Doom and Fallout and everything else. Evil Within's £25 as well.
Evil Within's £25, as you say, or €30 where I am, and it's a Bethesda game, and I've already bought that, and it's been sitting on my. It's actually sitting on the underneath the television. I haven't opened it up or anything because I haven't had time to play it because I'm still trying to finish Assassin's Creed. So buying another game, even though it's $30, it's a hard sell.
I know. It's just like these single player games. If you're willing to wait, then it's always worth it. But like, I'm just having so much fun with Wolfenstein, and I've actually got the Evil Within 2 to play through as well. I loved the first game, one of the few people to really like it. And you got Boxhead is a great character, just to point that out. But as a Spider Lady. But for me, like, did you guys pick up anything else in this sale? Because this has to be the best sale they've ever done, this Black Friday bargain sale.
I think it's definitely one of the best. I don't know if it's the best, but it's really good. I mean, I bought one game because I had I had a couple of dollars left on my account. Like I had the gift cards, the credits, the gift cards on Amazon.com.
Why, thank you.
It's cheaper, and I'm a cheapskate. Yeah, and
why, thank you.
Those sweet
those pennies go to me.
Codes there straight to Jesse's bank account. Don't spend it all at once.
I know. It's like 7 cents. I'm like,
yeah, hey, it's at 7 cents I didn't have to give you. Anyway, off topic. So I had a couple dollars left on my account, and I saw that a game that I've been wanting to get for ages. And Ross, you have been telling me to get this for the better part of a year, I think, and that's Human Fall Flat.
Oh, superb!
And
game.
it was like
absolutely brilliant.
It's like $3, and I was like, yeah. So I just bought it.
Have you played it?
No, I'm saving it because it's my girlfriend's birthday this weekend, so hopefully we can spend some time and fall flat.
It is a great co-op couch game. It's phenomenal for €3. That's insanely good value. You'll get good fun out of that. Good fun out of that. Clay, have you bought anything this sale?
I have, and I have not started it yet because I will finish Quantum Break before I will play it, and it's going to suck up all of my time. I ran a quick Twitter poll to see if I should pick it up, and I am, in fact, I have purchased The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the complete edition. I'm very looking forward to that. Looking forward to it. Have not played a Witcher game ever.
See, I've got an issue with that complete edition.
What's that?
I played through the normal Witcher. Not enough boobs here. No, I played through the normal Witcher and finished the game. Okay? Mm. And then I was like, I'll pick up the DLC at one point. But I can't remember whatever happened to the disc that I had for that. It was a physical disc I had for it because it came with the soundtrack and some nice things. And then they released this complete edition with all the DLC. It was one of the last sales. It was like £20 or £25 or something like that. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just pick that up. I then own it digital. I don't need to buy the disc again, and I'll play through it. Not realising that your save does not carry over from the regular edition to the Game of the Year edition.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh, no. What are you guys doing? CD Projekt Red. Oh, no.
So, what really happened for me, you do get new achievements, so if you play through it again, that's one thing. But I didn't want to do the DLC because it wasn't the character that I built.
Yeah, it's not.
So I put it down. I've never used it. I've never really played it. I played 25 minutes of it and then went, nah, this isn't for me, and put it down. So this isn't the only game that does that. Shadow of Mordor, the first one, the Game of the Year edition, is exactly the same as well.
Really?
From the standard edition, yeah. Again, separate achievements, but, what can you do?
That sucks. But, Clay, you're gonna love this game. It's good.
Yeah.
There's plenty of digital boobies for you as well. But
you're that'll be right when my wife walks in and goes, what are you doing?
You're never going to finish it.
I know. I have a hard enough time finishing games as it is these days. And, yeah. But it's $20 for the complete edition. How am I supposed to pass that up? That's like an insane deal. And honestly, I think what I don't understand is the regular edition, I believe, is also $20. So it's like, what's the point of putting both of those on the sale?
A couple of people on the sub have actually made posts being like, whatever you do, don't buy the complete edition of this particular game, because if you buy this and this separately, it's actually cheaper. That's happened a couple of times actually during this sale.
That's interesting.
But yeah, this sale has been fantastic. And by the way, speaking of The Witcher and The Witcher devs, did you guys see that they sort of stirred the pot by taking a stab at all of this
madness,
all of this Star Wars controversy?
Their DLC model was quite well done, wasn't it? Like, here's 16 bits of free DLC and a music CD with your disc and things like that.
Did I ever tell you that I have a signed copy of The Witcher 2?
Yeah, I signed it.
You did?
Remember?
Oh, it was you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It didn't look like you, but I mean...
There is one other deal that I wanted to just remind folks that might be listening is, I believe, also ongoing up until the end of the month, isn't it? You can pick up Game Pass for $1, which is
Heyo, and they're just adding some games to that next week, I believe. Is next
Gears is coming to that.
Yeah,
Gears,
and some more.
Yeah,
but Gears of War for $1.
I paid £80 for that when that came.
Yeah, Gears of War for $1. What are you guys doing? Just pay $1 and play the game and cancel it if you don't want to keep playing. But Gears of War for $1.
Do they?
And Halo?
Do they pull games out of that, or are they continually putting games in, or is it sort of like it's cycling games through?
It's a cycle.
But it's a cycle. They take games out.
But if you have downloaded the game, like for example, if you download Halo and they decide to remove it from the rotation, you can still play it.
For how long?
They won't remove Halo from your Xbox.
That's pretty cool.
Until you decide to uninstall it.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
If you uninstall it, then it won't work. But they're not just going to reach into your Xbox.
But you have to be
no more fun for you.
But you still have to be a Game Pass holder.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that makes more sense. Okay. I was like, all right, well, $1. I'm going on a download spree, gents. I'll see you guys.
Right. So, you still have to be
suckers. I just found a loophole.
I'm smarter than Microsoft.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah. There's some guy in a meeting going, crap, we forgot to do this. Close it up now.
Before we lose total control, let's move on to see what's happening in the subreddit this week.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast. This week in the subreddit.
Join the battle for net neutrality. Net neutrality will die in a month. It will affect the Xbox One online community and many other websites and services unless we fight for it. Join the fight.
What?
That was the best. I was halfway expecting you to say, "Over to you, Phil." Like, that was such a good sportsman. What was that voice? Why have I never heard that?
What's that voice?
I don't know.
Yeah,
field.
So joining us now, better late than never, is the queen of cosplay herself, Carina. How you doing, Carina?
I'm good. How are you all?
Fantastic.
So I just pop in as you do.
Yes.
But also, we've got some stories to talk about. Now, Carina, you may not have seen the show notes yet, but this week, Xbox Live celebrated its 15th birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. I know, just 1 year off of its sweet 16th, so we can all look forward to that. But what I want to know is, what were you doing 15 years ago? And I'm going to start with you, Carina.
What was I doing? How old was I? Oh, 15 years. Well, technically, it's my birthday tour. By the time I record, let me see, 15 years ago, I would have been, well, currently, I'd be 7, but by the time this is released, I'd be 8, 15 years ago.
So,
That's weird.
I feel so old.
Yeah.
Right in the ego. Oh, no.
It's like, no, I don't really know what I was doing when I was 7 or 8. I'm trying to think what age it was when I had when I was playing the Xbox. When was the 360 released?
2006. No. Was it 2006?
2006.
Oh.
That would have been
2005.
No, wait. I've got it. It's on the Scorpio. You know the numbers on the Scorpio. They relate to when the launches are.
Really?
Yeah, you know these 0105 101317. It relates to the year of the launch. The launches.
It's 2005, November 22nd.
2005. I know. I would have been 11. I wouldn't have been playing on Xbox. I'd probably playing on a GameCube, maybe, or a Game Boy Advance. One of them.
Wait. Can I just cut in? Did you say it's your birthday?
It is my birthday. Well, tomorrow. Birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Carina. We can't sing the real
should we
happy
sing?
birthday, or we're gonna have to pay $5,000 in royalties. So happy birthday, Carina, from the Party Chat Podcast. Yeah, we should probably sing happy birthday.
That was a beautiful rendition. That was a beautiful rendition. Thanks, Clay.
I think when Quay done that was from all of us, not just him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I expect you all to do that same song
Also
and the same tone, vocal tone, key.
Harmonize. Have some harmony.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for our barbershop quartet, because that will happen one day. But happy birthday, Carina. And now I want to find out, Clay Parker, what were you doing 15 years ago?
15 years ago was quite a long time ago, and I can't do the math in my head, so I gotta bust out a calculator here. I was 22 years old at the time, and was, I believe, out of college and living with my father, which is oh so fun, and had picked up an Xbox and was probably playing, what was it, Splinter Cell? Wasn't one of the first Crimson Skies and Splinter Cell? Or no, was it a Rainbow Six game? God, I can remember playing some really
Rainbow
old...
Six game.
Yeah, I can remember playing, I think it was Rainbow...
And there was also, Ghost Recon as well?
It was like an old school Rainbow Six game. I'm trying to remember what it was, where it was multiplayer. I feel like it was just a direct port from a PC game that I used to play.
Probably.
But yeah, probably. I had been on Xbox almost right after it had launched with Xbox Live. So I can remember getting it from a GameStop in Buffalo, New York, while I was working for a juice company. That's right. When you go into the grocery stores and people are handing out free samples of random stuff, that was me. Handing out free samples of juice to people, and it was lovely. All organic, healthy juice.
How can people's careers go backwards so much? Because obviously that was a pinnacle.
I was very much. I was the juice guy for a very long time. I had juice in the back of my, not even like steroid juice, like just legit carrot juice, like straight carrot juice, and it was disgusting.
Well, for me, 15 years ago, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't playing Xbox because I never picked it up. I was 10 at the time.
You weren't. Wait a second.
I should have worked that out. I was like, what?
You could actually hear the clocks in our brains ticking. Like, no.
I was like, wait, what?
Wait a minute.
I was 18 at the time, and I was drinking quite a lot of alcohol and waking up in strange beds.
Oh my God! Was that song that Ed
much
Sheeran?
The same thing I'm doing now.
Ed Sheeran wrote. Was that about you and the castle on the hill? Or was that you?
So I never got the original Xbox until I was 20. So it was 2 years after Xbox Live released that I actually picked up my original Xbox. So I would have been playing on the Dreamcast 15 years ago.
Dreamcast, a classic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dreamcast was great.
Rhys, what about you?
So I was also the same age as Ross, and doing much of similar things. But I did have an Xbox. Actually, I picked it up at launch because I needed to play that Halo. Like I saw it and I was like, I need this in my life. I need it right now. But I never actually took my Xbox online. I kept the Xbox for the whole generation, and I played basically every single game on the system, but never once did I play it online. It wasn't until the 360 that I played on Xbox Live.
Oh, wow.
I think the first game I played online, in fact, I know the first game I played online on the Xbox, or on Xbox Live, I should say, was Gears of War.
This explains your social skills.
Well, I mean, I used to be a really hardcore PC Master Race kind of guy, and I played a lot of PC games at that point. And it was actually like I was into the Xbox in the beginning, and then I sort of petered off and went to the PC, and then it was Gears of War that brought me back.
Well, we want to know what you were doing when Xbox Live launched. What, have you got a picture? I'm sure we can find some pictures and post them on Twitter.
Oh, I've got the best picture
of us 15 years ago.
Oh, you're gonna love it. It's like it would hit top of the blunder years if I was to post it there. I promise you.
So hit us up in the comments below on r/Xbox One under the post that will go up on Thursday, or tweet us at PartyChatPod what you were doing 15 years ago when Xbox Live launched. But guys, the next story is probably the biggest that we do every single month. It's the one that we look forward to the most anyway. I know you do, Carina. It's time for Carina's.
I need a little
Carina's it's a good fanfare.
We need to add,
it's a good
like
fanfare.
in post, we need to add some sort of song.
Chip tune.
Good enough.
Carina's predictions for games with
Carina's
gold.
predictions. They're always so accurate.
I was singing back up. That scared my cat, and now she's like come out here to say what the hell's going on.
Aww. Oh no, my predictions. I was thinking about this earlier actually. I was like, oh no, it's getting to that time of month. I need to figure out what'll be next month. It's Christmas. Is there any Christmas themed games? Actually, that's a point. Why are there no Christmas themed games?
There is.
Because it
Dead
don't sell
Rising.
any other point of the year.
Actually,
Yeah,
Dead
Rising.
Rising's probably the best Christmas themed game ever.
I need to go back to
Okay.
that.
Die Hard
Okay.
Trilogy.
I reckon one
on
of the old
PlayStation.
Rising games will probably be on. Maybe.
Dead Rising 3.
I don't know which one. I'm just going to go for the series. The broader I make it, the closer I am going to get to maybe being correct. Maybe one day. What?
No, I want to be more
you
specific
suspect
than
a
that.
video game.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be 4 Xbox 360 two backwards compatibility ones, and 2 Xbox
We let
ones.
you use the word game and you still messed it up.
So, Carina, can I ask, is the Dead Rising game going to be a Xbox One game, or is it going to be a 360 backwards compatible game?
No, Xbox One.
So it's only going to be Dead Rising 3 then?
Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. Maybe, I don't know how far. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Go with that one.
Okay.
Go with that one.
Right.
I'm going to go with an old... I feel like Far Cry's been on before, because that's out in Jan, so that's not too far to being out. I think there'll be a Far Cry. Maybe I kind of want to say 4, but I feel like maybe that's still too soon. I don't know, a Far Cry one. Not the original, but a Far Cry series.
Maybe
I'm trying to make
Primal?
this so broad.
Primal or 3 or 4?
Maybe 3. I don't think Primal just yet. I'm pretty sure Far Cry's been on Games with Gold before.
It was Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon, yeah.
Blood Dragon was Games with Gold
That's what I was thinking
beforehand.
of. Yeah, I knew one
was an
had. I'm going to go with 3. Far Cry 3.
Okay.
Dead Rising 3,
So
Far
that's
Cry
backwards
3.
compatible.
We're just going to go with 3s today.
Okay.
Okay.
What? Oh, now I got to think of something else with 3. And then there'll be some sort of indie type games, won't there? I reckon there'll be... Oh, I need to try Knights. I still haven't played Knights from this month's game. I installed it, but I haven't played it yet. From last month's Games with Gold. Indie games. A racing. I reckon there'll be a racing one. Because, I don't know, I feel like racing might be in there.
Okay, do you want to be more specific?
There's a lot of racing games that end in 3.
Forza. I go with Forza.
Forza 3?
Even Forza 3? That would be the most random choice ever.
What? Imagine though.
I mean, Dirt 3 just came out. So,
Yeah, that's a bit too soon though, isn't it?
I really want to see what remains of Edith Finch on Games with Gold, just because I want to play that game and don't want to pay for it.
Do you know, I want to be going as black and white Bushido so that the servers are populated.
Yeah, that would be great. We should arrange
Because it's a great
We should
game.
arrange like a podcast playdate.
We definitely
Ooh.
should, because that game is gold when you get 4 people playing it.
Yeah.
So, definitely. Carina,
Yeah.
I'm deflecting. I'm buying you time.
But
Yeah.
I've not been thinking about this. Okay, so we've got Forza Horizon 3, Dead Rising 3. What's this one?
Forza Horizon 3?
Not Forza Horizon
Wow.
3. Yeah,
She
that was
said
last
it.
year's. Yeah, there you go. I'm going with
What
it.
about
I go with
Skate
it.
3?
That was already on there.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them wasn't it?
Skate 3 was already Games with Gold, I'm sure.
Oh, is it not just part of EA Access?
Oh, good call. I don't know.
Scared. Oh.
I'm not sure.
Actually, you know what? Now that I just bought Witcher 3, it'll probably be Witcher 3.
Oh my god, I was just thinking of that one. I was thinking about that one.
Right, Carina, I'm going to rush you for time.
I don't know. I don't know. It's the last one. We need some sort of backwards compatibility game that ends with 3.
I'm doing the clock sound.
No.
Halo 3.
Fable.
Fable 3.
No, Fable. Oh no, I don't think Fable will be 3. Oh yeah, because Fable's all now backwards compatibility.
Mass
I don't think
Effect
that'll
3.
be-
Yep.
You know what? I'm going to go with it because I love the Fable franchise, but I don't think it will come up. But if it does, I'll be very happy, even though I've got it.
Okay. So we now know the 4 games are not going to be backwards compatible. But again, what are your predictions? Let us know in the comments below. Do any of you guys have predictions, actual predictions that are not just get freeze in them for no apparent reason?
No, my cat is yelling.
Yeah. I honestly think since it's a holiday, I say this every time, but they're going to do something really strong to help boost sales. So they can be like, oh, if you buy an Xbox for the holidays, you'll also pick up an Xbox Live Gold account and you'll get these awesome games. But it never works out the way. It's always
I thought they would do that this month.
The crap games. There's no crap games.
Nights and yeah, the 2 backwards compatible games this month. I was like, really? Like Nights is good and all that, but like that's not strong this month either. I don't know. I just don't know what they're doing, to be honest. I hope it's a strong month next month, but I just don't know. So the golden joysticks came and went. Of course, Cuphead snagged Best Visual Design and Xbox Game of the Year, and PUBG won Best Multiplayer.
You called it, Ross.
And then, yeah, I did. And Zelda pulled an Overwatch and won essentially every other category. So, what's your thoughts, guys and gal, and predictions for the Game Awards this year?
Oh, I'm so glad Zelda won a couple of categories. I'm a big Zelda fan.
I'm voting for the Chic Hydrobot.
Think of the Chic Hydrobot was going to make it a ton?
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to win Game of the Year.
Okay, I just doubt it. I don't think so.
We'll see.
I'm going to put money on that.
Game of the Year. Ooh. Horizon. Oh, I'm between maybe Horizon Horizon Zero Dawn, or maybe PUBG's actually. I reckon PUBG could possibly make it as well, but I think it might be. They won't make like a Game of the Year edition game of PUBG just yet.
There's only
they haven't even released a full game
well,
yet.
Yeah, that's,
but
that's what I mean.
There's only 2 games this year who are up for contenders for Game of the Year. Let's be honest here. It's either going to be Zelda or it's going to be Mario. Nothing else.
Oh, Mario Odyssey. Actually,
near.
that's a good call. Mario Odyssey.
Did Zelda come out this year?
Yes.
Jesus.
No, it came out last year, didn't it? With the Switch.
No, it came out this year.
No.
Yeah, the Switch
February or March?
Yeah.
It came out with the Switch in March.
They had Mario Kart,
Was the Switch
Zelda,
February, March? Oh my god, I
and
thought it was like
Mario.
a year ago.
Actually, Nintendo have released a first-party game every single month this year since the Switch came out.
Killing it.
And several of them are the highest-rated games on Metacritic ever. They've been killing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're going to have to.
Is
talk
anyone
about
else quite jealous that we don't have that at Microsoft?
a little bit,
Like,
yeah,
a little.
I think we're going to have to talk about which categories which crumbs we can get at the Game of the Year awards. I think.
Okay, so
definitely
make your pick, right? I know it's not Xbox related, but I want to give my thoughts on this. Take your pick: Zelda or Mario. What's winning Game of the Year?
Zelda.
I want to say Zelda because I'm a big Zelda fan, but I know it was 1 in every 7 consoles owned Mario Odyssey.
Wow.
But I don't know what the Zelda facts were.
Zelda should win for the physics alone in that game. Like, it's just insane the stuff that people are still coming up with and finding in that game. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
And finally, the most important question you'll be asked this year. What is going to win the R/Xbox One Game of the Year this year?
Full Nation FX
Rhys, of
Game
course.
of the Year all years, every year.
So honestly, I want to know what is the top Xbox game this year?
Oh. I feel like Cuphead will either be quite sneaky and get Game of the Year maybe, but I haven't played Cuphead. I'm yet to play it.
You know what's going to win, don't you?
My kid is addicted to Cuphead. Like, he can't play it properly. Like, at the beginning he was doing okay, but he is obsessed with trying to get through Cuphead by himself.
That's persistent.
Great.
I can't do it, so hats off to him.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. He's learning. He's getting that frustration, but he's walking away from it and maybe playing something else. I didn't really see that as being a game for his age group at like 7.
Yeah.
But he loves it. Like, absolutely loves that.
Okay,
game,
so I write this awards every year. I have a lot of fun writing it, and everyone seems to at least tolerate my bad jokes, which is great. Thanks for putting up with me, guys. So I think I have a pretty good feel of how public opinion is going to swing, and I would say that Game of the Year on our subreddit will probably be something like either Wolfenstein, Assassin's Creed Origins, or Destiny 2. I would say those are the big front runners for Game of the Year on our sub based on overall sentiment.
That's a good point. Maybe not. I'm not feeling Wolfenstein, but I'm feeling maybe Assassin's Creed is just brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly stunning.
Everyone loves Forza, and it wins Racing Game of the Year every year. I don't even know why I bother writing that writing that one in, because it just wins by default. But it's not popular enough to win Game of the Year. I think because this is a popular vote, that it's always one of the big heavy hitters. The only time I've been surprised is when they voted Sunset Overdrive as the Xbox exclusive of the year. I did not see that coming.
What date is Game of the Year this year for Xbox? The subreddit.
I don't remember when the actual Game of the Year awards is, but I like to release this basically a week afterwards so that we can compare our results to theirs. So I'll have to actually check up on when the official Game of the Year awards is coming out.
Because I feel like that'll swing Destiny, because the new expansion's out on the 5th. I feel like if the expansions goes well, Destiny has a really good chance. If not, then I think it'll make it worse. Depending on obviously when the Game of the Year is out.
I think December 7th is what
okay.
it says here. Yes, I just quickly Googled it. December 7th at 5:30 p.m. PST.
Okay, so considering this is the week after, the 12th is when PUBG comes out on Xbox. Yeah, I think PUBG is going to win Game of the Year a few days after it comes out on Xbox One.
That's gonna be
dirty.
Gonna be so much activity around that once it launches.
Yeah, that's going to be a ninja win for sure. I forgot PUBG comes out before then. I retract my statement. PUBG will win.
My heart says Cuphead.
Nah.
My heart does say Cuphead because of how different or the nostalgia feel of it and how well it's designed and the music and everything else. But my head says PUBG.
PUBG.
I've already pre-ordered, and I never pre-order. I got a crazy good deal.
Streaming, right?
I got a crazy good deal online on Amazon from it. So I was like, I'm pre-ordering.
You know what we should do? We should record an episode of the podcast while playing PUBG.
Oh, can I just? Oh no, because I'll die. I'll just die instantly. I do this thing. I'm so bad in like Fortnite. I just panic shoot. So like, I don't know what people expect, but if a grenade comes my way, I'm just jumping all over the place and screaming and shooting in random directions. And I'll most likely probably kill one of you guys before I kill someone else by accident.
That's
okay.
That's
so Carina has killed me in Fortnite a couple of times now.
I'm like, oh no.
But just to point out that, Carina, you don't do anything in Fortnite. You spend your entire game hunting out a bush and then not moving for the rest of the game and hoping that nobody sees you.
Hey, it's worked a few times.
How have you got so many followers on Mixer? If that's what you do.
I don't know.
We just make lots of bush jokes.
Yeah, that's probably it. That is probably it.
Inappropriate.
Bush Wookiees.
So I believe that's us just reached the end of another podcast. Now, of course, it's Thanksgiving this week, so happy Thanksgiving to all of the American listeners, and everyone stay safe on Black Friday when snatching those TVs. But for another week, Xbox, turn off.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast, the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit.
Let's do this.
Next story.
Do it.
So our final story for this very short podcast as we enter into the holiday season is that the Golgan joysticks came and went.
What the heck is that? What's a Golgan? Is it like a troll joystick?
No, I'm like Ron Burgundy, so in the show notes it says Golgan joysticks came and went, so I read it the way it is.
My bad.